was bisher geschah.
Didn't your mother ever teach you manners?
Oh, halt doch die Fresse.
Or was she too busy fucking whatever breeze drifted through town?
Was denn? Das hat doch deine Mutter schon getan. Biatch. Deine Mutter hat auf dem Ponyhof gearbeitet. Jeder durfte mal auf ihr reiten. Blöde Bloody Mary. Und so geht's weiter. Hallo und wieder herzlich willkommen zum Let's Play von The Wolf Among Us. Und es geht weiter. Wir sind im Gespräch mit dem Crooked Man. Nachdem wir Bloody Mary verprügelt haben.
Give me one good reason not to rip you apart right now.
Oh, eine
This gun
Silberkugel.
holds 6 rounds of I won't miss next time.
Ich
Before
hasse
you do
dich.
anything with me, I thought I should point out a few things. Snow White wants you to bring me back to the woodlands, doesn't she? And that's what I want. You plan to do what she says, don't you?
Snow's not here. You're dealing with me now.
That may be true,
Ihr will in die
but I'd
Woodlands
advise
zurück?
against defying your new
Wieso?
boss, at least for the time being. You will bring me back alive. Look, all I ask for is the chance to speak for myself in front of the community.
Auch in front of the
And I'm sure
community.
Miss White
Tritt dir
would
gleich in die
agree that I should be
Community, du
given a
Arsch.
fair trial. Can we at least agree on that? I will have a trial.
The whole town will be calling for your execution. Why would you want me to bring you back there?
Why don't you let me worry about that?
Du hast was
Look,
vor,
there's no
richtig?
reason for us to
Kleiner
be at each
verlogener
other's throats
Pissrüben,
here.
Joe.
That's funny, coming from a guy pointing a gun at my head.
This is just a precaution.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure you understand. I'm no murderer, Mr. Wolf. I didn't kill those women.
Nein, du hast nur den
And I
Auftrag
think you
dazu
know that.
gegeben, du kleiner
All I'm
Arsch.
asking for is a chance to explain my side of the story.
Maybe you didn't carry it out, but I don't think Georgie was lying when he said you ordered their deaths.
Georgie would have said anything to save himself. We both know that. I'm
Bullshit.
a businessman, not a killer.
Ja, ja.
There's still a lot you have to answer for.
And I will, as long as you agree to my terms. Because I'm not saying another word until I'm brought before the community. And I don't think I'm being unreasonable. If you decide to do something stupid, like murder me, you won't get your answers. But you will have a difficult time explaining yourself to Miss White and the rest of this miserable town. You're often reckless, and I worry you're not thinking of the... Let me ask you an honest question. What do you really care about here? Where this case is concerned, I mean. Do you really want the truth? Or do you just want to look like the hero? Because those are two very different things.
This is about justice. I'm the sheriff. I have to do what's right. 2 people were murdered.
And you know who did it.
Ja, du.
Georgie.
Das ist nicht richtig. Du hast es ihm befohlen, du kleiner Schweinepriester.
Deputy.
Oh, ich hasse diesen
My point being, the killer has been dealt with. You've won.
You really think I'm that stupid?
I understand you have an obligation to bring me in. But you can brighten up a little.
Weißt du was? Ich würde dich so gerne aus der Scheibe
So,
raus...
shall we get going? I'd rather not dawdle. You know, I'm actually looking forward to seeing Miss White again. My previous interactions with her have gone rather well.
Oh, I don't think so. We're not doing this your way.
How unfortunate. I was hoping we could make this work.
Fick dich ins Knie, du Pisskopf!
Rip me apart like some kind of animal? Killing me here would achieve nothing. And what would Miss White think?
Ich bring dich zu
You're
Snow.
under arrest.
Aber nicht auf
Given
deine
a
Art,
trial in front of your peers.
du Arschloch.
And your punishment will follow.
Ich weiß nicht, ob das richtig war. Aber eins sage ich dir. Mach einen Scheiß und ich reiß dir deine dürren Beine auseinander und schmeiß dich zu Bloody Mary in die Kackfabrik. Das sage ich dir. Piss rüber.
I know,
Cigarette.
but
Oh,
we
yeah.
have to do something.
Are you fucking kidding me?
When is this thing
Are
happening?
we sure he's coming?
Yes, you'll have an opportunity to... He's back.
Bitte beschließt, dass er eine Drecksau ist und man ihn umnockt.
Motherfucker.
Are you okay?
Nein?
It's been hours. We were worried you'd run into some trouble. At the Crooked Man's place.
Well, he didn't make it easy.
What happened?
It doesn't matter. He's here. We got him.
We can talk about it later. You did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised. Not that you did well, but that, you know...
Wie ich ihn nicht umgebracht habe.
I'm just glad you made it back in one piece.
It's about time you showed up. Now throw this asshole down the fucking well.
Yes, what are you waiting
What do you have to say for yourself?
You killed Lily! Where the fuck do you
And
get
what about
off?
Faith?
You think you have the right to just do this to people? You're a fucking crook!
You should be ashamed.
Ja, aber das
Everyone?
Schwein hat es geplant.
Can I have
irgendwie.
your
Der will
attention?
irgendwie, dass
Thank
man
you all
das
for
macht.
coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances,
Der sollte die
I
Schleife
thought
dran
it best
kriegen,
if we
damit
do
er mal
this as
weiß, wie
soon as
das ist.
possible.
Da wär
The
ich
Crooked
dafür.
Man is charged with the murder of
As I
Faith
already
and...
informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Porgy who killed those women, not me.
What? It was Georgie?
Georgie.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Miss White, but I thought it would be unwise to proceed with such faulty information.
Georgie may have killed him, but you made the call.
Do I have to explain the situation to you again?
Wait a minute. So you're saying Georgie's the motherfucker who killed my sister? Well, where is he?
Yeah, you're gonna bring that shithead in too, aren't you?
Yes, Sheriff. Where is that rotten scoundrel now?
Is he still out there?
I sincerely hope not.
Well, where is he?
Sheriff?
Georgie paid for what he did. In the end, there was a fight, and he bled out from his wounds. It's over.
So he's dead? That's what you're saying?
I can't believe it was him.
So you see, the culprit has been punished. There's no
That
need
doesn't
for
change
this.
anything. We'll deal with it later, but right now you're the one I'm concerned with.
You called the shots. Georgie made that perfectly clear.
In which case, you still have a lot to answer
Stimmt,
for.
ich hätte
I was
vielleicht
told
Georgie
I
mitnehmen
would be
sollen
allowed to
dafür.
speak.
We have to read the rest of the charges.
What other charges?
If you'd wait a moment.
I'm well aware of my rights, Miss White.
Let
Schnauze,
her
sonst
finish.
prügel ich
And
dir
you
in
can
die
have your
Fresse.
say.
Got it?
If you insist.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf,
Twice.
A misunderstanding.
aiding
Ja,
and providing
natürlich.
monetary support for
Misunderstanding.
the forced
Tritt dir in die Eier, dann
prostitution
hast
at
du
the Pudding and Pie.
Misunderstanding.
Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of fraud, extortion, racketeering, and the illegal possession and sale of magical artifacts.
And kidnapping Crane at gunpoint.
He went willingly.
Yes, thank you. Now, is there anything you would like to say?
First of all, I had nothing to do with Faith and Lily, so you can strike that one from your little record book.
Bullshit! Like hell you didn't.
Stop the charade. We know you're
Come on,
involved.
it's obvious.
And there's all the other crap he's done.
Everyone just shut up for a minute. You wanted a chance to talk? Well, go ahead.
What?
We all know he's guilty. What the fuck does he need to speak for?
The Crooked Man has committed crimes against this government and, most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death, upon which your body will be committed to the witching
Where
well.
it fucking belongs.
That's
So
right.
let's get
But
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself, and I won't rob you of that right.
What the
You're
fuck?
really going
This
to
is
let him
about
talk?
justice. If we're ever going to pull ourselves together and make something of this town, we have to start doing things correctly. No more snap judgments, no more secrets. We are going to treat everyone fairly, even when they don't deserve it.
Muss
This
ich ihn
is
dafür
ridiculous.
losbinden? Mach ja keinen Scheiß. Ich verwandle mich nochmal in einen Wolf und beiß dir in den Arsch.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Miss White. You've all met Georgie. I don't have to tell you what kind of person he was.
Oh, komm jetzt nicht so.
He was a total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his family, you see. A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you gonna
jeez.
get to your point or what?
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was
Nein,
his business.
gar nicht.
And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered 2 of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
Tell
This
the
is such
fucking
bullshit.
truth for
He's
once.
always been a bit of a powder keg.
Georgie seemed pretty convinced he didn't have a say in the matter.
He clearly misunderstood my intention.
Really?
I would never authorize such an act.
Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby. When you finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful? I answered your questions. I was willing to cooperate.
What's he talking about?
You weren't being helpful. You were trying to set me up. Your people tried to kill me.
They get a bit carried away sometimes, it's true. Loyal to the end. They do it because they want to protect me, as I protected them.
Yeah.
You understand wanting to protect what you care about, don't you? You'd do anything. You might even give up an innocent man, just to save someone.
Yeah, right. They don't do it because they want to protect you. You intimidate people. Use scare tactics. They're afraid if they don't follow orders, they'll end up dead.
Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that. Hired help.
Yeah.
I see some of them are here among you. They are not my slaves. They are all free to make their own decisions, as Georgie was.
You're not serious. I know what you do to people. I've seen it firsthand. What you did to Faith. The way you manipulated her. Do you really think any of those girls were free? Do you really think Faith wanted to—
I'm sorry, Lawrence. I'm sorry that your wife came to me for help, and I'm sorry that I decided against my best judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah. That's what you did to us. How you kept us all in line.
You forget it was not me who put you in that position. You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant. When your government abandoned you, left you poor and helpless, sniveling on street corners, I was there to look out for you.
Oh, ich krieg gleich einen Anfall, wenn der so weiter so...
Yes, but...
Wasn't I?
Crane was the one who let this town go to the fucking dogs. The guy who was in your pocket, remember?
Really? What about Auntie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had back in the homelands. Everything that mattered, anyway. With nowhere else to turn, she came to me for help. And what did I do for you?
You got my tree back.
I got her tree back, and in turn we used her magic to help poor Fables get glamours. Because I helped her, she was able to make a living, provide for herself. And what did they do?
For the longest time, not much, but they asked me to come work for them.
Really? The new deputy mayor wants you on the 13th floor?
No. The wolf offered me the job. She wanted my tree destroyed. If she had her way, I'd be hung out to dry on a clothesline by now.
What?
You were gonna burn her tree? Snow, why would you want that?
Is that true?
Snow? She was helping people glamour themselves as other Fables. We couldn't let that continue.
It wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. You hated Crane, and you hated him for wanting to fuck you, and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to get it. It had nothing to do with a crooked man.
We've made some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town. And that may not always be clear right away. But I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you. And so does the sheriff.
Yeah, right.
I can't promise you perfection. No one can. But I can promise to always have your best interests at heart.
Like you did with her?
Things haven't been great for a while now, but we'll do better at protecting you. From people like him.
The crooked man's been exploiting you. Exploiting your hope for a better life. You would go to him for help, and he would take that weakness and add it to his strength.
Do you really think the crooked man cared about you? He just cared about your money. He cares about your obedience.
They're right.
You're all still afraid of him, even now. But you needn't be. His contamination of this town is over. And those girls will have their justice.
Haha, du blöder Pisser. Ob er sich da noch rauswinden kann oder nicht. Und er scheint zu applaudieren, dieser kleine Pisskopf. Wir werden es im nächsten Part erfahren. Vielen Dank fürs Zusehen und bis dahin. Ciao, ciao.